Nope, I'm here. I'm here. Don't pretend I'm not. I definitely was not getting distracted making some final cuts to today's primary deck. Absolutely not. Was not getting distracted whatsoever. Nope. Can't prove it. Ahem. 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 Double check something real quick. Okay, yep. Stick. Stick. Okay. Maybe? Possibly? I don't know. Cool? Yeah, we're cool. And you know what time it is. Crack those knuckles. Crack them. Pop your back. Pop your back and hold out your arms. Hold out your arms, palm out. Move your arms in little circles with your palms flat out. Roll your neck. Feel good. Feel fine. How's that? Sound pretty good? I like it. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Hey there, heroes. My name is Hero Girl. I'm your friendly local neighborhood hero tuber and professional idea haver. Today is March 3rd, 2026. It is a Tuesday, and this is the Daily Grind. This is that time of the day where we come on and we grind our dailies. Maybe you've got dailies to grind. Maybe you got a project that you're working through. Maybe you just need someplace to relax after a hard day out. This is the place to do it. Actually, you know what? Do I need to like go back and like, I don't know, rewrite that bit? Do I need to rewrite it just a little bit? Probably not. Maybe not. Possibly not. Anyway. It's Tuesday, my dudes. And what that means is that we have the brand new turtle set on Arena. Proxy asked me last week if I was going to be skipping the turtle set. And at the time, I was kind of like, me skipping turtle set isn't really like, you know, what it looks like for other people skipping turtle set. I don't have to like interact with them. But, well, to start with, I didn't have to shell anything out for my mastery pass because I can just pay for that with the gems that I won doing Final Fantasy Draft, which is pretty great. So I'm not already happy about not having to shell out 20 bucks for this shit. But then I was also like, well, I do want to get just like the packs. So I went and bought my usual, you know, 45 boosty packs for turtles, just to like see what I could get, see what I got, and mostly to help reload on wild cards. That's actually the biggest reason to do it. Is it just helps keep my collection solid, helps reload my wild cards, and there's not really going to be a set that I could think of where I'm going to want to buy double 45 card packs in a row. Maybe I could be like a set ahead, but you know, even then, buying just like one instance of 45 packs is enough. And thanks to the daily grind, you know, I'm getting my dailies done each day, so I have plenty of gold each season for the next booster pack. Life's pretty good that way. Also, Lucky, thank you so much for the 50 pennies! Thank you. Destroyed the 3-card Sharkor. 9-6. The 9-6. I don't know what the fuck this character is, but like this is just, you know, an 8-cost card that merges 3 things when it comes into play. That's kind of the attitude. The attitude I'm taking with this is I pulled whatever I pulled. If I need a specific common or uncommon for a deck and I don't have it, I will just craft it. But other than that, I'm really not going out of my way to... Why is that a cow head? Transdimensional Bovine. It's a 3-mana flyer that taps for 2 of any one color? That's weird. This set is weird. 9-6. Better than 6-7. And not nearly as nice as 6-9. Heyo! Anyway. There's some cool utility cards in here. Like, there's a card that's 2 mana. Saves you, puts a counter on target creature, and then gives it hexproof, indestructible, and trample. Like, that's an actual good saving card. Got a new bite spell. You've got, you know, some utility artifacts. I'm really not interested in any of the legendary creatures. Cassie may put a card from you own from outside the game into your hand. Literally useless. Literally useless. Anything else? Having a 6-mana Wrath is relevant for Brawl. Like, this is just a Wrath that you can get over and over again. I might end up having to craft this for something like Fang and Vanille. Vanille and Fang. Yeah, they got Pizza Face. They got some extra They have proper noun lands. So, like, I guess if you want that budget mana base, you've got more options for that. Life is just sad, chat. Life is just sad. We're not going to worry too much about going through any of the cards. Basically, I'm going to be playing Brawl as normal. And then as we get a chance to see some of these new cards, then we'll think about adding them into the deck or how we can use them. I have never been the type of player who... Actually, no, I take that back. This is a set I don't particularly care about, so I don't particularly care about being the person to, like, crack the new tech or anything like that. I'm just going to keep playing Magic. And then if anything comes on the radar, well, then we'll take notes, and we'll be like, huh, that's kind of cool or neat or whatever. I do feel bad for the people who are I guess people who are rat phobic weren't really going to be playing Magic to begin with, considering how many rats there are in. By the way, I noticed that on my YouTube VODs, my voice is just like a wee bit softer than what is normal, and I wonder if that's partly because I'm not directly in front of my mic for face tracking purposes. He's off on Mannerborn, Utopia Sprawl. This is kind of slow. Minus 2 counters on each of the 2 creatures. When a creature in opponent controls with the counter on it dies. Sacks 2 lands. I'll keep this, but this seems slow as hell. Because this land is going to come into play tapped. I can Utopia Sprawl it. I'm really hoping for a land off the top, though. Because then I can play Shared Roots to grab another basic, put into play. Elvish Reclaimer, Haywire Might. Both of these are good for different reasons. That is not ideal. Because now this Lotus Field... I want to be able to play this Lotus Field out, but now I'm so far behind. Okay, that helps. So what do? I don't play the Lotus Field this turn. I am always playing the Snow-Covered Forest now. So yeah, let's go ahead. We'll grab the Shared Roots. We'll go ahead and start ramping to catch up. And then we'll drop an Elvish Reclaimer. I don't care if the Reclaimer gets bolted, because we have the Conduit of Worlds to get stuff back. We've also got Crucible and Haywire Might. Although Elvish Reclaimer, what's interesting with that is the fact that it can start grabbing other cards now. Ooh, they are all up on Scarecrows? They might be. To play tapped, right? Target artifact creature card for your... Interesting. What kind of animator are they playing? You only deal with non-creatures. So... I've got 4 mana right now? I've got 4 mana right now. Alright, so we'll go ahead. We'll play Titania. I will always... Sack. If they kill Titania, it's kind of whatever. I'm gonna play this Crucible. I can also play the Conduit. I've got 5 mana exactly. So I can even go Crucible. I'll have 3 mana actually left over. This is 3. I'll get a land drop. That's 3 mana. Oh, Haywire Might and Reclaimer. Whenever those creatures die, you may put that card onto the battlefield under your control. I did not pay attention to that, like, at all. Okay, cool. That's cool. I can dig it. So then, how are we going to get out of this? How are we going to get out of this one, Davey? 1, 2, 3. That's not enough to, like, do anything. I'm probably better off just going... What? I gotta be careful with this fucking manor. Yeah, I gotta be careful with the manor. Yeah, sacrifice that. And we're just gonna go ahead and grab our special land. Let's grab our special land so that way we can start milling. We can start filling up with bears. Let's got Bossing Say though. Bossing Say is pretty good. Ichthos tasks for a lot of mana actually. Yeah, pass the turn. I mean, like, I guess they can take the Haywire Might, and then they can exile my Conduit, but then I still have a Crucible here. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the hit. I'm gonna take the hit because Titania gets me so much life back that we just don't care. And commander damage isn't a thing in Brawl. Okay, yeah, so they're gonna go ahead, they're gonna either stack their Reaper King. Yep. And then they can go ahead, put counters on stuff. Gotcha. Yep, they can go ahead and get both my creatures back. That's fine. That's whatever. Yeah, they only get one. They can use the Haywire Might. They can get rid of the Conduit. Don't care about that. Ichthos is still mana neutral. I can drop Nissa at some point. We've got options. Ah, okay, never mind. We're gonna lose Nissa. This is easily the scariest thing here. Like, it's just not even a question, I think. Yep. So opponent's on, like, some Jund nonsense, I guess. Think about this. You can also just, like, use the Gateborn. That's a real thing that can happen. Here's Crucible. We can, like, destroy the Crone. Actually, I don't hate that. Destroy the Crone and then play out Passaggio. Yeah. Yeah. This way they can't actually, like, use more of those Undying Malice effects. Cycle Reaper King. I like that. Okay, so they're going to go ahead. They're going to recycle their Reaper King. That will let them basically get Titania back. Yeah, state-based action is going to get me back Titania before I lose Titania. And I don't have to play the Lookout yet. I'd rather just play basic Forest. Go combat. Okay, so I'm kind of living off the top of my deck right now. I'm gonna need Gate to draw me an actual spell here. Yep, sure. Innkeeper's Talent puts a counter on target creature control. Yawgmoth! That's not what I want. Expedition Map is perfect. That can go ahead and start grabbing me cards. Question is just, like, which card is it grabbing? And it might be... make it so that way we have bears. It might be bears. Bossing Say is also good. But it's also kind of dirly. I can't go with the Dark Depths combo right now. Shifting Woodland is okay. Doesn't do what I want, though. It can turn into an elf. Yeah, I think we're literally just grabbing our... Where is it? Where's Argoth? There we go. And then this has to activate as a sorcery. Oh, hey! Boy in the iceberg. So, Titania doesn't do anything now. Although Titania is an actual, like, threat. So they have to kill Titania. And then I can just spend my turn replaying Titania. You know, I've got all these lands I can play, too. Nykthos isn't going to tap for oh. That's unfortunate. Staff of Completion. That's a good way to chew through life. Ooh, whenever you cast an instant sorcery with a single spell, you can copy it. If you do, those spells gain Wither. That's... Oh, that is big. That is so big. Am I just taking the 4 here? I think I am. I just take the 4. Now, don't worry about my life total. We're gonna try and, like, go crazy. Yep, and then we get everything. We get Blossoming Tortoise. What is this? Power and toughness equal to number of lands you control. 4 mana, put 4 counters on target land, and then turns it to something that I can swing with. Yeah, that's pretty. But for now, we're just gonna try and... Nope. Trample Haste. I can hold on to this for, like, next turn. Yeah. And I can only make, like, 3 mana anyway, so I'm not even going to be able to, like, animate any lands. I guess it's actually relevant to do this now. Because it yeah, I missed a point of damage. I should have played this beforehand. I can go ahead, search for my basic, put that into play. Now Titania is 1 point bigger. It's going to take more effort from Yawgmoth to kill her off. Like, all it's going to take is, like, one murder. It's going to be 1 murder. Okay, so they have doubling season. That's not fun. For me, anyway. Okay, Birds of Paradise, sure. I think I just, like, smash in, right? Yep, that's an 8/8. That's fine. That's whatever. My turn. Birds of Paradise. Cool. Don't care. Oh, okay. Trying to figure out what's making my lands come into play. Was it just a... Oh, this does not come into play tapped on its own. Understood. Let's go green. Green. Animate. And then can I do it again? I can. I can go... You don't actually tap for mana. I can go... Green... 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 Tap, activate. You now tap for attack for mana as well. Now we can go combat, swing with everything. I want... bigger. I just keep forgetting the fact that Titania can actually, like, animate these lands. And that is huge and relevant. I probably just block Yawgmoth. Kill Yawgmoth, right? Like, if Yawgmoth decides to double team into Titania. No, it's going to kill the turtle. It's going to kill the turtle. Fine by me. Like, they can... Actually, hold on. On a permanent or player... Okay, yeah. So that doubles it. So then Titania is still going to trade with the Tie Rock, but they have to sacrifice another creature to do that? Okay, no, they're going to proliferate. That works. Yeah, that's a way to do it. I mean... They're at 2 life. And I still have a couple of 4/4s. So, like, they're not in the best position. And I'm also got at 32 life. I guess they could play their Reaper. They could kill the bird. I guess Karn also proliferates. Like, the Innkeeper's talent is actually doing a lot of work right now. Yeah, that actually just, like, kills the bear and potentially kills these forests. That's not cool. Don't like that. Yep, and now they just, like, they get burnt. I don't like that. Not one bit. Sigh, and then, like, Yawgmoth can just sacrifice stuff, and then everything gets like, minus counters forever. I attacked in with the best of intentions. Oh, but they can only do it, like, once before they die. Yeah, they can only do it once before they die. So then, what if I was to go and play Cameron's Transformation on the Yawgmoth? How do we win this? I can play Titania, and that's not an issue. I can start drawing more cards. I can wait them all out. This Yawgmoth can only activate its effect one more time, and then after that, it's proliferation. I think I'm more worried about the Reaper King. Resolve, pay. Yeah, if I dealt that one more point of damage, I wouldn't have to play around Yawgmoth right now. I get to draw a card. Yawgmoth big. Nobody cares. And then we can just go ahead, activate this. We can even just, like, start drawing more cards. I can't attack in just yet. That's fine. No attacks. Pass. This is an intricate game. They can pay 1 life to destroy target permanent you own. They don't have a lot of outs here. They also have Yawgmoth that's just like... Okay. So they're going to put a counter on Titania. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Like, I can keep replaying Titania, no problem. But now they can only use the proliferation effects. Which, admittedly, they can do a lot of fucking proliferation. But I am currently not in danger of loot. But I'm also, like, really close to I really heckin' need to actually, like, get this last point of damage in. Like, anything that hits. Ooh, okay. I didn't even notice that they were proliferating the Dark Deaths. Wow, okay. Yep, okay, that wiped my board. That did a good job of wiping my board. And now they can start, like, just making things big again. They still can't Yawgmoth again. That's 10 life. We don't care about that. Yeah. 10 life. We're close. We are so close. And they can proliferate again. They can kill their Reaper King and then be able to play the Reaper again on the next turn. It's going to come down to just whoever wants it more, I guess. I want it all. And I want it now. Keep making duders. And then pass turn, I guess. Yep, and then they can go ahead. They can go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and activate this now. Yep, and then right on cue. But it's gonna cost them like what? Oh no, they have reanimation available. That's what they have. Ain't no one ever just like left their commander and not had a way to like dig it back. Yep, so we're gonna see the Reaper King again. It's gonna be 3 mana. But they don't have a way to kill Titania. They only have 3 mana available. Yep, they don't get it back because it's just a token. That game? I think that might be game. Because I can animate more creatures than they can block with. Yep, they don't want to attack. No, you don't. Okay, yeah, you can attack in. I genuinely do not care. Alright, and we have a big lady. And now I just get to, like, eat 3 cards out of the graveyard. Eat the Grief, eat the Scarecrow. Bogart. Yeah, big lady! That was a good game. Very intricate. Unfortunately, like, let's see. I'm sure that they had some really good top ends that would have broken it open. That was really close to pivoting into their favor. Fortunately, one of the upsides of playing mono greens that you do just ramp so much that you don't really care how often your commander dies. You can just literally keep replaying them. High Bay Forest Guard. I don't think this is a deck that we beat more often than not, but I'll give it a go. Sylvan Safekeeper's not really an issue here. Blizzard Brawl isn't really... Yeah, this hand is like nowhere near fast enough. Crop Rotation works out if we can find the other half of our Dark Depths combo. Maybe. Oh, right, the turtle was also what was giving our link creatures +1/+1. Am I willing to do that? Crop Rotation kind of makes it tempting, and we have Utopia Sprawl. So we do have the ability to go turn 1, Sprawl. Go ahead, we'll name green. Turn 2, we play our commander. Hope that they don't have Wash Away. Not that we really... Ah, Springleaf Drum, okay. And then this next turn just kind of depends on what happens. Like, if we hit an untapped land, I can go Tortoise or Oracle. And they hit Go Shintai off the bat. Okay, how do I feel about that? I think I'm playing Broker's Hideout first and foremost. This is going to give us some additional nice land drops. I'm going to punch the hell out of Go Shintai. Ooh, Stifling! They're gonna stifle the fetch trigger. Huh. Okay. Well, if that's gonna be the case, I'll go ahead. Stifle this anyway. Interesting. And then this is gonna give Titania +1/+0 and make her indestructible. I'm not going to attack into High Bay. 3, 4, 5. They would just replay him. Is that better or worse than them just like getting another shot at an artifact? Maybe it is. I'm not gonna bother. We got Scouring Storm Soul. This guy actually attacks through all those tokens. Yeah, no. You can attack me all you want, buddy. Until you prove that you have like some sort of blink effect to punish me for it. Ah, one of the Avatar Shrines. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty. Now I've got options. I can go O'Hare Chasm next. I kind of like playing O'Hare Chasm because we need to just like... We can't let this game go long. Otherwise, they just spiral out of control. So I'm going to force him to have some removal. As long as O'Hare Chasm starts connecting, we can start getting our own engine going far faster than any of these other cards. I'm going to drop Scouring Storm Soul like ASAP. Ooh. Okay, yeah. At least this way, if they're spending spells to try and do it, I'm not giving it the Sanctum of All. So they hit Coach Shentai into Sanctum of All. Yep. That is triple cherry right there. Really heckin' good, because now they could just literally search their library and or graveyard for any shrine card, put it on the field. I'm kind of fucked unless I hit something that can deal with it. I might actually need to put Rex Sage back in the deck. I swapped it out for the Changeling version. But High Bay is just so popular that I think we might need to naturally include more naturalized effects to make anything work. High Bay also trades with O'Hare now. That's really heckin' bad for us. How do we do this? I guess if they don't block O'Hare, then they're not blocking Titania. Yeah, so let's just go ahead. We'll crash in with both. There's no way they let High Bay survive is what I was going to say. Okay, do any of these get me into position to win? Probably not. Choose oh, wait. I get to choose up to 2. Put a creature and or a land? Alright. I mean... Cavernous Souls off the top. Name Elemental. Elemental. Tribute to the World Tree would also be really good, but that's just not what we are in for. It could be, though. We could draw in Tribute to the World Tree, but that's not what we want. Oh, did I already play 2 lands for turn? I did not play land for turn. If I'm going to have any chance of surviving this, I think I need to grab the gate. I need to grab the gate. They're at 13 life, actually. Hold on. If they're at 13 life, I could go... Yeah, go ahead and play the Excavator. This guy comes down. I get 1 more land drop. I could even, like, play the Blossoming Tortoise, actually. And if I do that, I potentially make it so that way Tanya transforms on the next turn. That might be the only way we win this. Yeah, let's just go ahead and grab the thing that's going to help enable us to get the Storm Soul out, too. Electric Boogaloo. Alright, it's now or nothing. Behold the Sandman! Oh, wait, we don't have Argoth out. Okay, and they had Malcolm. Yeah, we don't have Argoth out. We can't transform Titania. What am I thinking? Yep, go ahead. Get Ghost Shentai. So, now we just see whose turn is better. Because they're at 13. If I had, like, Cradle Hoof, this would actually be pretty phenomenal. But I don't. And I know that I'm drawing a Landwar Elf next turn. So, that's not ideal, and I have no way to force a shuffle. Oh, that is awfully, awfully bold of you. Maybe they have a 1-mana flicker for High Bay. They're gonna silence me. Yep. Okay. How badly can I swing in? What can I do here? I've got Ancient Green Warden coming up. Ancient Green Warden any good? Not in this scenario, I think. Like, just because I can't cast spells doesn't mean I can't do nothing. And I can even still have myself. Six is cool, I guess. Fly halfling, still not quite what I'm looking for. So we're swinging with a Scour. We're swinging with O'Hare Caslam. They have 1, 2, 3 cards that can block. I think I'm just going all in, right? And then I can grab literally anything else and also just like continue doing stuff. I'm actually gonna grab some food at this point. I've got like all the mana I think I could ever want. Continue thinning out the deck, I guess. Like, the Scouring Storm Soul is damn near lethal on its own. They have to block with either High Bay or Go Shintai. It's probably block it with High Bay. Okay, so eat the turtle, sure. They've already used the Spring Leaf Drone. They're completely tapped out of mana. Trade with O'Hare, sure. Yep. Feel that many cards on the top, you may put a creature and or land. Okay. That just game. Yeah, it is! Oh my god. They went with Ghost Shintai, and then what did they do with their turn? They just cast a Seagate Restoration? They were really counting on that silence to save them. But no. Sandman actually ended up being the huge difference maker there. That was what bridged the gap. And they didn't grab anything that really stabilized them more than like Ghost Shintai. Ghost Shintai is really good. If they had a way to like blink High Bay, that would have done it, but I guess not. No, they spent their whole turn reloading with Seagate Restoration, so they must have had just like a thing. Huh. Although... Nope. Okay. Oh my god. I can't believe we beat High Bay like that. Holy shit. Good game. That silence was just like a turn too late. Yep, we're playing lands, we're casting green spells. We're having a good time. We're just having a good time, having a good time. Here I am playing Titania and her lands. She melds together with Argoth, the sanctuary, to become a green lady, yeah. But holy shit, we're up against Rofellos now. I don't think we're gonna keep up, but hey, what is this game supposed to be? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. It has one half of the Dark Depths combo for us. We can go into Land War Elf. We're on the draw, actually. But let's see. Cultivate is still gonna be 2 mana if we play the medallion. If we find any of our fight spells, we're pretty happy. Go ahead, do that. They get to untap with like more mana than we do, because Rofellos is a silly, silly little man. I can play... Oh no! What are they doing with Tezzeret? Oh, right, because he can untap creatures. Shit. Okay. We can drop Pock into Forest, I guess. Nope, that's a loot. That's pretty big, because now they can just like untap loot and like dig through their entirety of the decks. Mana value less than or equal number of lands you control, though. Oh, they just have Ulamog. And there's literally nothing I can do about it. Yeah. Can't beat a Rofellos that gets to untap. Maybe I should have cast like a couple more spells, but damn, that was fast. Raphaelis is not okay for one-on-one. Like, the removal deck don't really have an issue with dealing with him. It is just like mono green ramp. It is just like, you know, make sure you play plenty of cheap, efficient removal. But if you're playing anything else, like, that is rough. Let's see, we get to go first. We're up against the Storm deck, the Salicinder and Sit deck. Yeah, it's going to be nothing but Storm. This is another matchup where we just, like, don't have anything to do. Like, I'm trying to imagine what we would theoretically be able to do against a deck like that. Sylvan Scrying gets us our Citadel, so that way we can cast and place Titania, I guess. They have Trample. They do have Prowess and Trample. But, like, it's a question of, like, how fast can we go? Utopia Sprawl, Lumra helps out. I'm willing to try and make this work. But this is very, very slow. All my lands come to play tapped. So I can drop Tranquil and then also Utopia Sprawl. Kind of what I have to do. And then next turn we can drop Titania. We'll have a chance to go Titania, play Argoth into Haywire Might? No, I think I want to hold on to Haywire Might. There's some enchantments that they could be running that would actually be really good at just like snipe. Beyond North VTB. The VTB like VTuber Blue or something like that? Cavern. Oh, add 1 mana of any color, spin this mana only to cast chosen spell. That's sure. Okay, there's a Runaway Steam. That's something that I just don't have any way to actually deal with. Do I just like go with Loomer then? I could try reaching into Loom. No, I think I need to make the Storm package like as difficult as possible. Might mean cashing in on this now. And then using that to play our Haywire Might. If they're playing red-blue, I seriously doubt that they're playing both Harbinger and Blood Moon effects. But you just don't know. Next turn, we can go ahead and drop both our Shared Roots and our Into the North. We also have the ability to just, like, go Argoth and start feeding into Argoth. That might be better, actually. Might be better to just, like, start making an army of bears to swing in, so that way Lumra can get maximum value on the lands in the graveyard. See if any of our natural land drops help out with that. Now, whenever they cast a red spell, this creature has fewer than 3 counters on it. You put a -1/-1 counter on that creature. Which means Tanya is not safe to swing in as much as I would like to. And then I'm at 4 lands. Oh, no. What is that? Land, spell, land. Gotcha. So give me a couple turns and then we'll have Titania online. Did really want to hit a Birds of Paradise. Not really helping it. But we will just like start making things that crash on in. This is just like too much time to get them. I need a fight spell. I should probably start looking at more fight spells to potentially put in this deck. This is kind of like a green control deck. So dirtily. Yeah, but of course they go with Rite of Flame. What is it? Rite of Flame and then take inventory? Yeah. And then Rite of Flame is how they just like go infinite. Here's Medallion. Here's Bird of Paradise. And then I'm going to cast the other 2 spells and pick it up. I'm really not interested in sitting through a Storm turn. Yeah, resolve that. It is what it is. Fortunately, I don't think this is a deck where I can really afford to mulligan as hard. Slower and more controlling. Do I need to put in like an Ulamog as top end? I don't know. This isn't really like a ramp deck, right? Slower mono green control is a weird thing to say. Green really isn't a control color. Like every other color has the tools to be good control builds. Green has never really been like that. Green needs a consistent sort of like move on card advantage, and like it can get the card advantage, but it's the removal that causes issue. Vorinclex. Okay, so this is going to be big versus big is what it's going to be. We're gonna go Bossing Say into Rampant Growth into World Tree. Yeah, we need to turbo hard. Just like go fast, go fast. Tribute to the World Tree. I do that because I need to start drawing off of Titania. So then am I Sylvan Scrying? I might not be. This Wild Growth Summoner is also pretty good. That's actually really good with Tribute to the World Tree, huh? Orphelos, my old nemesis. So we meet once again. I could Sylvan Scrying into Shared Roots to ramp out even further. I might actually need that more than I have time to set up Tribute to the World Tree, sadly enough. So I'm actually using this grab. Is it Castle? It could be Castle. Castle can actually make up the difference here. Definitely not Lotus Field. It could be Nykthos, actually. I like grabbing Nykthos here, because that's going to make a shit ton of mana once we get the Tribute going. Alright, so we're keeping rough pace with how much mana our opponent has. If we hit a land drop off the top, then we can go Tribute to the World Tree, Nykthos is mana neutral, go into Titania. That would be ideal. Actually, any untapped green source would do it, yeah. I would love to be able to... No such dice. Damn. Okay, so then what's the play here? I need to get this Tribute to the World Tree down ASAP. And then I kind of just don't get to do anything else this turn. So I guess we have to wait to see if Vorinclex is merciful or not. If I get to untap this turn, then I'm feeling pretty good. Otherwise, our bacon is cooked. Old Gnawbone, okay. With reach and haste, you say. Okay. Oh, yep, they just have all the treasure in the world because Old Gnawbone doesn't have to hit. It's just any creature. So mana is no longer the issue. Yep. And then they also get to just, like, put all their creatures out. Betrayed once again by my expectations. And they hit big Vorinclex. And they hit Prime Time. Just never gonna happen. How do I... This is a consistent problem for me. With any green deck that I build that isn't like turbo aggro or like turbo ramp. So like pretty much the Tanya exclusively. I just do not have the ability to go as fast as I want. So I need more bite spells. What I'm hearing. What do I have in terms of like creature removal right now? What is it? What is it that I have? If we think of Titania as like our big wing, let's think about that after a series. Like we have Bushwhack, we have Blizzard Brawl, we have Canvas transformation is alright. Fantastic. Contributes to the World Tree. Arduous Charm is a fight spell. Yeah, we have nowhere near what we would want if we actually try and treat this as... Starting to really think is what we want. So if we want to treat this like mono green, let's start cutting. Got some of this top end. What are the FFXIV? I hate when, like, my go-to answer for, damn, what is some good stuff that I should be running for this deck, ends up just being, oh, just play the Eldrazi. Just play the Eldrazi. This isn't even that kind of deck. I'm not expecting to go to like 10 mana every. Something that's greater than its power enters like the top cards of your deck for some fun above it. Why was I playing this? There's Turtle. Whenever there's this creature or another creature control with toughness greater than its power enters, look at the top card. If it's a land, put on the battlefield, otherwise put into your hand. I guess we are playing some of those types of cards now. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think O'Hare is actually still... Yeah, what if, cut a little bit of this top end, we just put in like a few more slots for actual bitey spell help us out. That is probably something along the lines of what we're meant. Double check. Druid's class is kind of like the... Let's just play additional... We'll call it fine, whatever. We're mostly operating off of a 1 and 3 drop slot. So all these 2 drops that we see, kind of whatever. Yeah. So then what are we playing here? First of all, show me the fight spells. Show me the just actual factual fight spells. Remove lore counter from target saga you control. Put a lore counter in saga. We don't care about that. Prize fight isn't instant. We can win some of these fights, but like dealing damage is also just better than dealing fights. And we did just get the card from Turtles. That's pretty good for that. Sorcery. Could you see this destroys vehicles? Hail Swipe is an instant. Cast a spell during your main phase. The creature you control gets 1/1, and then those creatures fight each other. So like that's an option. It's better when they're like Bushwhack and they just have alternate modes. Right to no, that's too. Description of Abundance. Gains life, puts things on counters. Eh. This is a land also. So like put that in your hat. Fear proliferates. Don't care about that. This is an instant. Savage Punch. Powers up only if you have a 4/4. There's Fight Rigging. There's also Colony Ambush. I'm hedgy about including cards that are not lands as lands. Because even though they do feel like land drop slots, we actually just want actual factual lands. Kogla also fights. Kogla Big Monkey. Kogla is also a natural. Like, we probably should have had him in the start. When you do target creature... This is an Earthbend? That's an Earth. Look at some more bitey spells, I guess. I look at more biteys. Exile a creature from among them, put the rest on the bottom. Cast an exile card this turn, but give your next combat phase, target creature you control, and it's just... Cosmic Hunger is pretty good. Deals combat damage to a creature, you make a copy. Don't care about that. 6 cents when it's... No. Trample... No. Yeah, wait, hold on. What was it? That's a source. Gotcha. Hunter's Instinct. Heirloom is kind of interesting because it is also a draw engine if our creatures get big enough, but Titania's like just small with that. He's the only one that we can really count on to consistently be around. There's Ram Through. There is Ravenous Pursuit, I guess. Yeah, there's... What am I looking for? Or even... Toski does, like, redraw, but just weird. It's weird for the simple fact that we're not really, like, doing as much. I could give Titania a sword. That doesn't really feel like what this deck wants to do, though. Target creature or walker. What do we have so far? I want to get like one last game in it before we switch over to Final Fantasy 14. I guess I could just like literally include these as like cards and then just pretend that I'm increasing the land count. Snow Sorcery, Arm, Fight Down, Cosmic Hunger. Guess I would take out Colony. Yeah, there's a way to just like utilize Big Lady to slow them down. Because she has to be like bigger lady in order to actually do stuff like punch Vorinclex. So is it worth it to just like mulch then? I don't really like the idea of this being a mulch deck, despite what some people would say. I think you just naturally fill up your graveyard with fetch lands. Fetch lands will naturally fill your graveyard. You're already like triggering landfall. It's definitely a landfall deck, that's for sure. So maybe what I'm actually supposed to do is I'm supposed to have a Nantucko Spring Husk. I didn't have a Nantucko in there. That's probably incorrect. That's absolutely incorrect now that I think about it. Okay. Okay, it's not that Titania is a ramp deck, it's that she's a landfall deck. That's something to keep in mind. Because if we had any of our... Ooh, wait a second. I'm cooking now. There are tons of cards that have landfall make a duder. So if we start switching into something that cares about that, I think we're in business. Yeah. That lets us go wider. That takes a lot less... Yeah, it looks like the other opponent didn't load. All right, let me go ahead and just make a couple more tweaks. I don't know if we'll have time for that game now, but that is something. We're still going to want to keep like X amount of things and stuff. We don't want to use the counters. We want things that make tokens. So we want Springheart Nantucko. We want Chocobo Racetrack. Giant is cool. Engineering cool. War Mound, Zendikar, Royal. I think that's probably like fun beat. But all we have to do is we'll take out the portal. Virtuous Strength. Kind of weird. Just like look at the top end. Think about what we have. War Mound can be bolted. We could probably do better than that. Nissa's weird. Like, Nissa helps accelerate us quite a bit. I think we want that. Oh yeah, Shia just like turning all of our non-tokens are in forests. So that's not actually going to help. Fine. Guy goes with Giant Pocket. What else are we looking at? Onto it. Well, Lost Dreams is cute. Well, Lost Dreams is... Cultivation, Fireless, 6. Keep the... Now, cut the land fight. I just put in like a ton of fight in here. But I do also need to make sure... Tommy, Sylvan Safekeeper, Tail Swipe, Expedition Map. Like 3 cards. like 3 cards. We're running at 40 lands, which is like already a little bit less than what I think we should be running. Excavator? Is it the excavator that we actually want to? Because we have enchantments that we want to run for that. Don't want that being tied to creatures. Maybe, possibly. I still explore. We already have like other bigger creatures that do lands. There's stuff. Sowing tutors, oracles, additional land drops. Stuff up here. Format I don't drop. It's a lot better when these are actually attached to like. All right. I want to get like one game in with this build. Then we'll switch over to Final Fantasy. Because this is also going to be like the last stream we do till Friday. Remember that on Wednesday and Thursday, I am taking those days off to take care of my wife. It's going to be a lot easier now that we don't have to deal with daylight savings time. BC literally just said, hey, you know what? Fuck daylight savings time. We're going to do it one last time and then that's it. Fantastic. Love it. Hamper growth. Use social engineering. Perfect. Keep. Don't thought seize me, bro? Inquisition. Fuck. Might take the maybe I'll get lucky and they'll take the Badger Mole Cub. I don't particularly care if the Badger Mole Cub gets taken. I kind of just don't want to lose like my growth or my crop rotation. Yeah, they took the. Okay. Good, good. They took the Badger Mole Cub. Don't care about that. Use social engineering. I can make a 2/2. Oh, maybe I was supposed to drop the caves then. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to drop the caves so I can hold up crop rotation. Let's see. Are they just going to be on Sultai control? They're playing Leovold. Means I can't target their stuff. That makes my fight spells significantly worse. Exploration is I would love to be able to flash this in, play the Cryptic Caves, and then that just, like, does nothing. Also got Titania here while they're tapped out. How does that feel? It feels like I could set up for a really good turn if I wait on the engineering here. Now, this is what, 12 to turn into a Gaia's Cradle? 12 to turn into a pseudo Gaia's Cradle. Gotcha. If I hit like one land off the top, I'm feeling pretty good. One land off the top will let me pop off. Otherwise, what I'm probably doing, I might go use social engineering, crop rotation, sack the kit. Ooh, Oasis of Renewal. That is a 3 mana guaranteed draw 2 spells, right? No, this 6 a land. And that's a 3 mana draw card that turns into just absolute sense later on. Alright. Let's go not rampant growth. Let's go. Here's Elvish Mystic. Station the Mystic, Station Titania. And then drop and explore as well. The downside with playing crop rotation is literally just the fact that they can counter it and I'm out an extra land. So here's hoping that next turn I get to really just like pop off. I'm gonna have 4 mana thanks to the Elvish Mystic. Is this gonna be engineering? Alright, warp it. I mean, I guess if they counter this, then I can still cast the crop rotation, right? And it probably just, like, goes away. Do they want to deal with that headache, though? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Okay, yeah, they're gonna mana leak it. I feel sad. Alright. Yeah, got me. See, this is like 1, 2, 3. You know what? Sure. Go ahead and crack. What is it? Cryptic Cave? We'll sack a regular forest. Sack a regular forest, grab our Argoth. And we'll just work with it from there. Let's sigh. I figured they weren't going to let me have to use social engineering, but like, it's still sad. Maybe now I have reason to play more regrow effects, though. Maybe now I have more reason to, like, you know, dig through for stuff. I could play, like, with the Gods. I can also just, like, activate the Argoth now. No, we don't care. Titania gives me so much sustain. Psychic Frog is a real problem. Let's see. Is there ever a scenario where I turn this into Gaia's Cradle and then that helps me tap for additional mana? Kind of. But Psychic Frog can jump. And we need to be able to block that with Titania now? Not ideal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yep, Titania's up to 3 now. Titania's very susceptible to removal. That's fine. I dare say that is even like Hog. And I can cash in that Cryptic Caves at any point. Plenary Genesis, you hate to see it. There's a lot of lands. Can you imagine? Use social engineering with all that? I'm not even like that upset if like this completely eats into the Final Fantasy 14 time, because like, what am I doing? Just grabbing. What am I doing? Grabbing my Wondrous Tales, getting that going. PvP stuff. Yeah. I'm glad that you know, this job gives me, you know, affords me the ability. Fatal Push. Yeah, that works. So then, let's go ahead and cash this in now, I think. Just so that way we get like the little extra bit of mana. Or we get the little bit of draw. I still have Psychic Frog. And now, not Gaia's Cradle is currently +1. Psychic Frog has no way to get past this Grazer. Yeah, go ahead, block the Frog. Frog's not getting through. Don't care about any of that. Ashiya's kinda hot. I can make more stuff. Frog turns into a 2/3, but if I play Titania, then that is also just like a thing. I think I go like this because this is free, right? It's just like play a creature. Now Vendo taps for more. And this way we can play around anything that's like counter unless they pay 2 or more. Yeah, that's fine. We don't care about that. Pass the turn. Don't care. Opponent is currently in top deck mode. Frog has no way to attack in. That's all I really care about. Now, they could hit something really fucking good off the top. They can jump the frog. The Grazer still blocks the frog. Alright, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Oh, right! Fuck! That actually just draws them a whole new spell. Fuck. Hate that. I 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 hate this fucking card so much. Like, that is just like... Oh, I got bogged. I got bogged. And now Psychic Frog comes down. Think Psychic Frog. Just like... Yeah. Yep. Sure thing. Sigh for 1,000 years, I guess. Library. No, we'll just put her in the command zone. Pass turn. And I'm gonna go play Final Fantasy. I'm pretty much beaten. I fucking hate that enchantment. I hate the cards that just, like, do it all. And, like, okay, yeah, they needed their Psychic Frog to really use it there, but... And that's really just kind of a thing of Psychic Frog, like, being able to do a bunch of stuff. But it works with your commander, too. And that is so much bullshit. Let me go ahead and close out of Music B. Let me go ahead and make sure that settings are correct and good on Final Fantasy. I'll just salvage the remainder of the stream. Like, so like here's the thing, right? It is once per turn, but that also works on my turn. So they could just activate Frog on their turn and then guarantee draw a spell and then guarantee draw a land. Enchantment is so ridiculous. I really do need to include just all of the enchantment hate. So that's probably going to be another thing I have to look into. I forgot to update Final Fantasy 14. So, you know, it's just installing right now. Every time I've seen that Teval's Oasis card, it has just completely taken over the game. Just without question. Like, I don't think play Sultan you don't play that card. It's just that. Honestly, it makes me just kind of hate Dragonstorm all the more because that was a Dragonstorm Alchemy card. And then Teval itself, like the commander deck Teval, is also just a completely self-contained engine. Like, as soon as you have Teval in your command zone and that enchantment, it is so hard to lose. Like, go ahead, build the rest of your deck as Sultai control, and then, you know, bury your opponent in instant access ramen style card advantage. Just... Okay, that's actually kind of Thancred. Not exactly what I would consider, like, you know, the best matchup for us to get to close out the half of this, but I am doing what I did before. I'm level 68 on. Need to finish Bird Chores. We need to we'll do PvP while we're doing Bird Chores. Same as usual. And then once we get through the PvP pass for this season, then we can think about doing literally anything else, but the Bird Chores really are just like if the... Okay, so once PvP is done, I am amenable to using... Oh, right, I gotta actually... I was about to literally walk off the edge of the earth. Okay, so what I was saying was, once PvP is done, I am amenable to doing leveling roulette as my daily thing to do while we wait for while we do bird choice. Yeah, because the goal really is to just get everything to 70. Oh, I don't have to. Oh, that was fast. Because leveling is the thing that we want to focus on right now. Let me pull up. Where did I put my? There we go. I was looking for my notepad that held my Final Fantasy 14. So leveling gives you a quarter of your XP. Frontline is the second most efficient way to level. So leveling will give us a bit more experience for our buck. We'll have a chance to run the dungeon as well. Also, I think my system, my processing speed, will thank me. Every time we go into PvP, I start dropping bars just a little bit. Go once again in Warka Kirte. Yakturao. Yeah, the processing speed is part of what kills it. So we clear out the PvP, we do all of our bird chores. Once we finish the PvP pass, once we get the horn, yeah, once we get the horn, I'm set for the season. I don't feel a need to farm anything. And then we'll just do leveling roulette. Leveling roulette will help us out with our weekly our Wondrous Tales. It'll also help out with getting those second chance points that we need to re-roll on our stickers for Wondrous Tales. But I'm also thinking that if I haven't yet, I will go through and do the crafter quests. Yeah, I'll do the crafter quests. If we get to a point where we have PvP and bird chores done, I will go and do crafter quests on stream, because I would like to knock those out. And if it's anything like what the Rumble Born quests were like, I'm expecting them to be fairly repetitive. Well, I guess the story wasn't bad. Like, the stories were all fairly unique, but the game, the game loop, hey, we're gonna go through all these steps, that was exactly the same for all of them. Exactly the same for each job in play. And I didn't hate it, but I definitely did not enjoy it. Ah, man, I died. I got left behind again. And then... again, I might have gone a little crazy on buying 50-cent cards. I'm trying to proxy some of the cards that I want to test out that are like really expensive, because I want to see if it's worth the price tag to pick them up. I'm also trying to keep it to exactly specific things that I want to pick up. So, like, I want to sing the item synthesizer for my Freya deck. I'm talking about Commander, by the way, not Brawl. I want to pick up a simulacrum synthesizer for my Brea deck, but that's like $30. And I want it because I want to do a lot of the Ethereum Shaper type stuff where I pick artifacts up on the field, put them in my hand, then put it back on the field. Trigger it, get a bunch of giant-ass robots. Synthesizer does end the game awfully fast now that I think about it. And I'm thinking maybe I don't need to proxy a ton of stuff like that. Especially now that I'm looking to add in a different something to Brea. Looking to add in healed food playthroughs. I went in and I ordered a couple of the turtle cards. Yes, I know. I don't like that it's in the game either, but like, I do want to build a food deck and this had some functionally good food in it. I went through and I bought some pizza. They had a couple of the pizza cards for like 50 cents. Not like the pizza lands, but like the actual artifacts that are food. And then they are also pizzas. And they have some good effects. Like there's a 4-mana one that destroys creatures. Alright. Oh no, they're coming. They're coming. There we go. We got rid of the Dark Knight. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. Sweet. Okay. Timely limit break. You love to see that. Anyway. So I need to really, like... Okay. Actually, you know what? I should back up. I should back up and provide some additional context. I'm almost done sleeving up all of my commander decks. I'm almost done sleeving up all 32. I've got, like, our mono red deck, our mono red goblins deck that I still need to sleeve up. And then there's 3 4-color decks that I just haven't actually got around to building just yet. I'm actually waiting until I get a package from Franz before I really start, like, digging in. But the point of the matter is that I have 32 decks, and I really, really, really need to start putting them through a refining process rather than just, like, having them and then tinkering with them and then also proxying some cards that I think I would like. I would like to know for sure which cards I would need to actually spend some time hunting down and which ones I can get away with actually cutting. I don't have to worry about spending that big money, that big moolah. My Black-White Lisa deck is one of those I really want to be able to play. I want to play the 40k decks, cards. I want to play Saint Celestine. I want to play the other cool stuff. They're just really expensive. And it's not going to be easy to get my hand on the cards anyway, even if I could afford them more readily. But so goes life. Are we actually, like, sticking around to fight? Yeah, I think we were fighting. I think we're chasing. It's probably not the ideal since the yellow. There's some spots down south that we probably catch up on. I've got all these decks, and I need so many games to refine them. I cannot just build a deck and then expect it to work. I am not that clever with my deck building. Like, I watched the, there's a channel called Reminder Text who does really good stuff. The decks that he presents look incredibly cohesive. It looks like, he builds these decks, he builds them freeform, he builds them under a budget, and they look amazing. They look incredibly artisan, cool, and streamlined. And then he has a chance to, like, play them, try them out. He never really talks about the tweaks and stuff, so it makes it, so he does a good job of making it look like he gets these built in, like, one perfect draft. Even though I know that's not the case. But when I build it, I know for a fact that this deck is going to need some test runs. Now, unfortunately, with the way that things are in the Hero Girl household, you can't necessarily guarantee that folks are. You can't guarantee that everything's going to turn out okay and that we're going to get to play kind of games whenever we want. God damn it! Getting pushed back. Okay, pull back, pull back. Au revoir. Au revoir. So 32 decks, and I need to test them all. I miss having a weekly group. I miss having a weekly group that I can play Commander with. And you know what I need to do? I need to start poking around this BC pre-modern group. I've noticed that there are a couple people that are like, oh yeah, I like to play Commander. I like to play Commander. Well then, isn't that interesting? What if I were to bring in Commander deck, and you were to bring Commander deck, and then we played Commander? How would you feel about that? Cool? Would you be chill? They're playing pre-modern, so they're probably fine with pro. Right? Then we can have the bracket discussion. We can have the, oh, this is what my deck is going to do. This is also what I want to do. That sort of thing. Let's see that. We just have to hold the fort, everyone. Excellent. Love it when playing comes to it. This is a really fun map. Like I already love. Let's see. This is Yogg-Turao, I think. Yeah, this is Yogg-Turao. This is the southern half of Turao. I already love the location. I love it so much. Dawn Trail was an absolute banger for me. But also this game mode feels really fun. Like everyone has to claim a corner, and then you can actually fight for the corners. You don't have to like click. You can just contest while you're sitting in a spot. I love that. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look how smooth and easy that was. You don't have to, like, fumble around to click on a pillar. You don't have to, like, constantly interrupt stuff. It just works out. Excellent. 32 decks. People call it, like, the 32 deck challenge for some reason. To me, it's not really a challenge. It's just a... I want to play a bunch of cards. I have a bunch of cards I want to play. Why wouldn't I just, like, utilize every color combination, you know? My polar opposite is probably the guy who plays nothing but mono green. He plays mono green, but he plays, like, several different varieties. It's like, this is my mono green elf deck. This is my mono green reg deck. This is my mono green combo deck. My mono green Tifa deck. Guy who plays, like, exactly one color, loves that color, and does nothing else. Let's see. Well, we've got a spot. This is exactly what I mean. This is a really, really good use of yeah, we're taking over yellow. We're taking over yellow. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Gotta actually like move, and it's you don't get any additional benefits for just like standing in a circle other than just like protecting it. Such a good map and such a good design. I love this. Ooh, actually. Yeah, okay. I was thinking that might actually go in, but no. And we won handily. Nice. Very nice. Switch back. Black Mage for the while we continue. Yep. Chat, how do you feel about the fact that YouTubers get to A/B test with their thumbnail? How do you feel about it with now that they are rolling out a beta version of being able to A/B test titles? It's so... I'm of two minds of it. Like, from a consumer's perspective, I hate it because I want videos to have the same thumbnail. I want them to have the same name. I want them to, you know, basically just be the exact same anytime I go to look for them. Because thumbnails are one thing, but like video titles is something else completely entirely. I actually have to. I clean in the. Like thumbnails, I understand. You got to have a good thumbnail, or else people don't want to click it. That's why books have, you know, good covers. You now always say, don't judge a book by its cover. But the cover is like your biggest marketing. You got to make sure that thing has an amazing cover that really just expresses what your book feels like and is about, or else people are just not going to pick it up. At the same time, though, I don't know. It's just also something about using a specific title and thumbnail to help attract the right audience you want. Because there's stuff that gets the audience to click through. It's the whole, you're not gonna believe what the most powerful weapon in Hades is, or something like that. It's very clickbaity. People hate being, knowingly being manipulated. They absolutely hate it. I got some of that on my Yuri on Ice video. And at the same time, oh wait, it's right down here. And at the exact same time, you need to just like drum up engagement. Because when you make the video, don't just my essay on Yuri on Ice. Maybe some people don't find that as entertaining or as engaging or whatever. But you also don't want to make people baited. Especially when you're selling something like really good. I feel like there's a threshold, right? I understand that this article is low tier advertisement bait, and I am choosing to interact with it anyway because I'm interested in seeing what it has to say. And then there is this, I am engaging with this thing because of its bait title, but this thing is so much better than the bait title had. I wish it didn't feel, I wish the thing had more confidence to feel like it didn't need to bait me in order to do the thing. That's kind of where I'm at on that. Oh, you're actually just... Oh, no! Oh, explosions for everyone. You gotta have nerves of steel when you're a black mage. Nerves of steel. Especially when you're playing solo as a black mage. No tank. You gotta like take the pounding, take the wailing. Take literally everything that's coming to you. Okay, thank God today is a relatively... That PvP was also really quick. We made up for the loss, for the time spent playing that extra game with the Tanya. That's good. Chat, I love my decks. I love having 32 magic decks. I love having like a suite of commanders that I can play. But I gotta start being social again. I gotta start reaching out. I gotta start setting things up. Ron has been saying that he is down for magic time, like non-stop all the time. I would love to play with Ron, but the issue with playing online with friends is that you need more friends online to play with. I keep messaging Fish and then forgetting to follow up on messages with Fish. Yeah, that sounds about right. But if I manage to like just go to a game shop, there is a game shop that has Tuesday Night Commander in my area. I would love to be able to go to that. But the issue is that Tuesday is now grocery day. If I were to just like move grocery day to Thursday, you realize that I would have like almost no issues, right? Almost no issues. It could be like, hey, you know what? This week is pre-modern. We're gonna go out for pre-modern. What's that? Pre-modern? No pre-modern this week? Okay, we'll just go and hang out and play Commander on Tuesday. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds fun. That sounds great, actually. Actually, might do that. I don't know. I just don't. Going down every week to play like some Magic. You need to if I went down and played Commander every other week, that would probably be significantly more Commander than I currently play. If only because every time me or my husband or my wife say, hey, we should play Commander, it takes us like 3 hours to set anything up because neurodivergence be unkind like that. Kind of Oh, by the way, I am looking into ways to have combined chat for screen. I am looking into... Uh, I am looking into... Wow, maybe what I should do, actually, is just bite the bullet, do 2 browser sources. Which browser is like perpetually fine already? Like it's the same thing same program? Yeah. Same program I use for all the alerts and redeems or anything like that. You can remove the distracting cat GIF. Just replace it with 2 small chats, and then chat can see that chat is hanging out, chat's talking, chat's yapping. I don't know. There are points where it feels like, well, why am I going to put in that much effort when chatting doesn't even tend to take off until Final Fantasy Hour? But it's never really about. Never about the people that you have. It's about the people that you want to attract, right? About the people who they wanna be part of the thing. They wanna hang out. But then I also see like just other streamers that don't do that at all. Northern Lion doesn't have his chat on screen. He does fine, but he's also he's been streaming for like forever. Wrath has its reflect. I guess it just really depends on what and what I want is less about like having things on screen and more like I just want more. I like hanging out with you. I like you, Chad. You're cool, Chad. I like hanging out. I like talking. I like asking how your day went. Unfortunately, you know, no amount of on-screen tips, tricks, or what have you is actually going to do that. You really just kind of have to be the type of person who has an inviting atmosphere of conversation. And ultimately, maybe that's the lesson that we should learn. Ultimately, maybe it's the lesson that it's okay to not have combined chat on screen. That's not the reason why people aren't chatting. You just happen to be a smaller personality right now. And just bide your time. Bide your time, young one. Everything will work itself out. You can actually wipe out some of... That's pretty great. Got like 10, 15. I'm gonna have to like buy some ventures here. I've got like 71 ventures. Plenty. Necessarily a lot, but it's plenty. Plenty to get us through this rough patch. I had so many at one point. You just get so many PvP seals that you can buy adventurous stuff for forever. No Shiva this week. You have 2 second chance. Get. Then yeah, I guess we just do this. No stream on Wednesday or Thursday. What are you guys gonna do without me? Probably still. Probably catch someone else's stream. Probably be like, aw, I wish Hero Girl were still with us. You know, there was a point during Lila's hibernation where I would just like say, I miss my bestie Fawn. And Lila would continue to say, I'm not dead. Despite the fact that, you know, I'm just expressing how much I miss my bestie, you know? Alright, there's one. There's one. Oh, hold on. Did I refer to... Okay. Figure out my... The fact that you can... Got 7,207. Great. Spoils turn 5. No thank. This has actually been, I don't want to say a tough week, but it feels like everyone's just kind of... I do finally have a confirmed appointment for a consultation with a therapist, which is pretty great for a gal like me. Pretty great because I can finally, like, actually get some help. I miss my... You know, I skipped the nail phase here at one point. I can't remember how I did it. It was like completely by accident. There is no way for me to do it ever again. I wish I could. It would be pretty great, as the kids said. I'm already wrestling with my brutality. I'm already wrestling with my past. Yeah, therapy's so bad. I have so many friends that need therapy too, but we just can't afford it. We can't all afford the therapy. Just like a ridiculous shit. Because I'm reading Chainsaw Man right now. And I'm realizing with how much I'm relating to just some of the issues that Denji's having. Some of the issues with Denji and Makima, stuff like that. I'm thinking, wow, I am not okay, not by any stretch of the imagination. Gotta see and get... That was nice. Sometimes the world is full of good stuff. Still feeling like I could help more. I finished the Stormblood chapter. Well, no, not the Stormblood chapter, but like I'm writing a new chapter for the book, for the gaming book. Writing about getting into the game and some of the issues that I had getting into it. Talking about the people that I played with. Killing Muggles. Too many Muggles. Too many Muggles. Too many Muggles are together. Hold on. Police need to stop, please. Yep, okay, there. Plenty of... Okay, what's that? Chat, I'm starting to think that I have abandonment issues. I have been abandonment and trust issues. This is part of why I always feel the need to over-clarify everything that I'm doing, because I have not built a system of support around me in which I can, you know, freely speak my mind without fear of retribution. Except I have started to build that, and, you know, friends like Fran are, you know, exactly why I'm able to start moving past it, and why I'm starting to reconcile exactly how bad it was that I didn't feel like I could do that. Because when you just, you know, when you, like, share your opinion and, like, talk to people about it, and then they react so badly about it, they treat you like you've committed grave offense that you're, you know, your only recompense is to pay the iron price. Wait, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? That's not how friends treat you. Awful, awful, awful. Damn, this book is going to be filled with so much trauma. I am going to have so many people who are going to read this book and they're going to be like, "Aw, man, I read this book and I feel like I know you." I feel like we are just like exactly the same, you and I. And I'm going to have to be like, I mean, I'm glad that you're able to relate to my story. I really am, but like, you know, you don't know the whole of me, you know? But that's just kind of the thing that happens anytime that you put yourself out in the world by virtue of the art that you create, you know? How many people read any given fic or any given book and then they act like they know this author on a spiritual level? Happens more often than you think. That's than you might suspect. Oh god. That just reminds me of like how cringe I was. I really liked. I saw them. I sent them letters. They responded with "thank you for the kind words," and then I took that as an invitation to get to way too familiar, and it's just so cringe. And now I have to think about people being able to do that to me, and it's just. I was truly, truly, truly a lonely soul. I'm out. Got 4. This. Do I have to do one of these raids, like no matter what? I don't really want to need to. Yeah, it's only like 10 minutes left. I can clear out like one of these dungeons in about 5. I don't even. Yeah, don't even. So like the last 10 minutes before stream, before one of these, you know, these wife breaks, has me feeling like that, you know, the office worker who's constantly just like, hey, you know, I'm gonna check the clock, I'm gonna check the clock, I'm gonna check the clock, because I am so ready to get home and get going and like basically enjoy what is ostensibly a not quite like a mini vacation, but like mini time off. Not to say I don't enjoy my time together, chat. I love my time together, chat. I promise. But it's also like, actually, hold on. Next week spells partner. Okay, so I do have triple. Wait, when did I get triple? Oh, right. Because I get Stormblood stuff now, except for the level 70 cap. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted because I forget how the living system works or something. I'm not gonna have Foul until the end of Stormblood because this is the level 70 capstone action that you get, but I do get all the other actions, so I am gonna have to actually like learn what I have where when. Wait, hold on, I don't have Fire 4. Do I think I do have Fire 4. Actually, hold on. We need to experiment with this. I need to go find some mobs to kill. I have access to Fire 4 that I can actually do a lot more damage. Yeah. Okay. Never mind that I could, like, you know, just, Never mind that I probably should have actually been... Oh, no, I don't have Fire 4, huh? Oh no, I do. Sweet. I have factual Fire 4. I could have been doing that this whole time while doing bird chores. Man. You know what? I'm just gonna, like, do that. I'm gonna bully some bugs. Yeah, I have to be Fire State to use Fire 4, that's why. It's been a while, okay? Don't judge me. Okay, let's just have, like... Yeah. Let me take off my wizard hat real quick, although I am not... I started streaming because I wanted to build an audience. Like, yes, I am doing this in part because I love hanging out with everyone that shows up. You know, Lucky, Sam, when Kellen lurks, Fron lurks, and, you know, some of the other people that show up. Bandit shows up sometimes. Sketchy shows up sometimes. I really appreciate it and I really love that. The reason I started was because I wanted to build the base. I wanted to build the fan base. I wanted to like have a thing that I was doing that would assure people, hey, yeah, I am here, I am alive, and I am working on the stuff. And I am constantly having to remind myself that no, no, just because, today might be a slow day, maybe even if I only get like one viewer out of literally the entire stream, that this is still worth it because I'm keeping up the routine, I'm keeping up the schedule, I'm keeping up the work that it is taking for me to stay in it. It is so frustrating at times to think about the slowness of the progress and how it's going to take me a while to finish this book, how it's going to finish the initial draft. It frustrates me sometimes to think that I am doing all of this and that's, once I release the book, I might not even have people who want to fucking read it or care about it. I have to tell myself, no, honestly, it doesn't matter. It does not matter because I'm doing this because it is important to me. But god damn it, if I don't miss a little bit of that that validation, if I just if I had the ability to make stuff just a little bit quicker, if I had the focus and the motivation, I hate using the word motivation because it makes it sound like I don't actually want to do the thing when it's really just kind of like executive function, but it really is just like the motivation of being able to like get yourself going and working without having to have outside stimuli. If I just if I could continue making videos like the Yuri on Ice video and the Final Fantasy video and post those and get the good feedback and catch more people's eyes, maybe I would be slightly less insecure. Maybe. Possibly. But the slow days happen. The slow days happen. You can't count on everyone to be able to show up all the time, and that's like, that's just the truth of life. I can't expect everyone to be able to show up all the time, and I'm going to continue moving forward and being happy for when they can show up. So, this is how you can tell that I'm having a bit of a bad brain day, right? A bit of the ruminating and trying really hard to make sure that I am reaffirming everything that I have done so far. So thank you all so much for hanging out. We're going to go ahead and start getting ready to raid. We'll end this over on the YouTube side, so thank you so much for hanging out on the YouTube side. Go ahead, we'll raid out. We'll just do it quick.